All right, guys, joining me at this time, making his UFC pay-per-view main card debut, Kenney. How you doing today, Casey?
I'm doing great, man. How about yourself? Couldn't be
I'm
happier
doing.
to be on the main card.
Man, I'm super stoked when I seen that fight. You and Song Yadong, man, that's a great matchup. Tell me how that whole matchup came about.
We were supposed to fight back in December. After I got done with Nathaniel Wood, I accepted another fight for 2020, and contracts were written. Song didn't end up signing the contract. He verbally agreed and then ended up not signing. It was short notice, so I get it. But when we both took decision losses on the same card, I figured that fight was coming again. And I mean, as a fight fan or a promoter or anyone watching fighting, who wouldn't want to watch that fight?
No, for sure. Both you guys keep that high pace, keep going. It's definitely a fan favorite fight.
Yeah, exactly. Hopefully the bonuses are 75K this time.
Right. Are you guys going to be the first fight on the card?
Yeah, on the pay-per-view.
Or pay-per-view card?
Yeah, we're kicking off the pay-per-view.
Really, the first fight, man, it really sets the tone for the rest of the night. So you guys got some big shoes to fill.
Yeah, exactly. When they took the Nunes card off, or the Nunes fight off the card, I figured we would stay as the opener, being the type of fight that we are. And of course we did. So I was happy about that.
No, for sure. Kind of crazy events. Even Juliana Pena even jumped on, she jumped on the mic today during the press conference. It was like, where's she at? She fucking tested negative. What's up with that?
Yeah, sounds like she had a false positive test. If you tested negative, which, during the 2020-21 year, that's definitely been the case. I know I got a friend that happened to as well. So what can you do, man? What can you do?
It's been an interesting time to be an MMA fighter right now. It's like sometimes you got fights, sometimes they're off. Might be fans, or might not be fans. This is your first time back since we've actually had fans. How excited are you to perform in front of all these Houstonians?
I mean, that's what we do it for, man. Obviously the money, the glory, all that stuff, but I'm an entertainer too. If the Gladiators had to fight in not only an empty arena, an empty small room, probably wouldn't be the same. So, we're the modern day Gladiators, and I like to have fans to feed off of.
Definitely. And Houston's a very good fight city. I really feel like they definitely come out. You usually see, especially like in Vegas and stuff like that, a lot of people don't show up till that main card starts. But in Houston, they're going to be there from the very first prelim on. So they're going to be ready to rock when you guys go to step in that cage.
Yeah, I've been to Houston. This will be my second time now, and got to see. Actually, Chris's last fight was against Pettis in Houston, so I got to feel a little bit of the Houston energy then, and we're back here now with me.
Now, how excited are you to finally get this Song Yadong matchup under wraps? I know we talked about it earlier. You said that you guys already had an opportunity to fight each other. It fell through. Now you finally get the opponent that you've kind of been eyeballing from a distance.
Yeah, this is one of those fights just like the Nathaniel Wood fight. Like, if he survives, it's going to be fight of the night. If he goes away, probably catching a performance bonus. And I said that the whole way leading up to the Nathaniel Wood fight. And, we lived up to it. So let's see how the Song one goes. Hopefully he'll go away.
Definitely. He's got a good little following behind him, too. He's an alpha male guy. Tell me, how have you prepared for him?
Pretty much like any other opponent. Sharpen everything that I got. Be ready for myself. And then, then last, check out what he's doing. He's got a couple strong punches, about him. But other than that, he's pretty basic. So, prepared like I normally do. Looked at his video, see how he moves. Be ready for some of the things that he's gonna do. But ultimately, I'm an artist. I got my canvas ready. I got my paintbrushes all sharp. Got the paint. Now I just need to go paint that damn picture.
The last time we talked, you were about to be stepping in against, one of the goats in your division, Dominic Cruz. Tell me, what'd you take from that fight?
I belong with some of the best in the world. Everybody can talk about it. And, I didn't get the nod, but got to bust up one of the, greatest of all time, and I was hanging right in there. So I definitely belong with, some of the best in the world.
Yeah. This division's really heating up. I believe it was Mark Rinaldi. He was talking to you about it at the press conference today. Like, you guys are really starting to get your respect at that 135-pound division. TJ's now back. He looked really good against Corey Sandhagen. Tell me, how do you see this whole landscape coming about?
Well, I'm here for a long time, that's for sure. But work my way up. Song's the first step. I'll fight anybody, anytime, anywhere. So try to get a quick turnaround. If it's a top 15 guy, great. If it's an up and comer or someone hanging, around the 20, 25 range, that's fine as well. I like being in this position to take really about any fight that that comes my way. Eventually I want the belt, that's the ultimate goal, but, got a lot of work to do, and, that's cool.
Yeah, definitely. I see right now you're obviously cutting weight. How is this going for you?
It's going great. The weight's got to come off one way or the other. So you can either be happy about it or you can be a grump about it. So I choose to be happy about it, and been cutting weight for a long, long time.
You've definitely been cutting weight more than you haven't been cutting weight.
Yeah, I think the first time I cut weight, I was like 10 or 11. So it's just part of what I do, man.
Right. And I mean, honestly, to look at your face, it just looks like you're just outside on another Arizona day.
Yeah, exactly. We've been dealing with the 100, 110 heat. It's a little bit humid in Houston, though. I will give them that. I'm not used to the humidity, but we get a little bit in Phoenix and Tucson with the monsoon season.
Monsoons, yeah.
Yeah, so it's right now is monsoon season. So after it rains, get a little humid there.
Yeah, we were like 130 one day. It was actually the McGregor fight that night. I was like, man, what the fuck are we doing living here in Arizona?
Yeah, I think you're the only, like, one of the few hotter places than Phoenix.
Yeah, man, Northern Arizona, it's no joke up here.
Yeah, crazy. Pretty much Death Valley, huh?
Yeah, pretty much. It seems like, it feels like Death Valley a little bit. Like, especially like, so today I just went to striking. And I got these huge blisters on my feet because the mats are so damn hot, man. You can't even barely step on them.
Ouch. No, thank you. I've heard horror stories of like people having shows outside during, like, in the cage, the canvas being hot and stuff.
Oh yeah, no, we're ready for that. We deal with that 24/7 pretty much. We're not quite outside, but we're in a building with no AC, and it's pretty much like a tin building, so
yeah,
it just radiates heat.
Damn. Makes you tough, right?
100%. You know what I mean? Like you can't really teach that type of characteristic either.
No, not at all.
So what have you been doing on your spare time? Obviously you've been preparing for Song for the past like 6-7 weeks. What have you been doing on your downtime to try to stay outside of her, fighting?
Man, I'm living fighting, but I did do something cool this camp. I got to go to Game 5 of the Suns-Bucks game, the finals, NBA finals.
How was that, man?
That was really cool. Two of my buddies from Indiana flew out, big basketball fans. Man, been friends with these kids since like preschool, middle school. And they came out to Phoenix, and we got to go to the game. I got tickets, and it was a cool experience, obviously UFC Phoenix, I got to feel the crowd, but, also going to the finals game, got to feel another amazing crowd, the Phoenix Suns crowd. And
for sure,
maybe even more stoked to be in the arena on Saturday.
Yeah, no, I thought there was going to be a good chance that you were going to be on that Phoenix card. I was kind of surprised knowing, because obviously you train out there full time. I figured that would have been the card they would have put you on, but Houston, just as good, man, just as good for sure.
Yeah, I think they had the card made before they picked Phoenix because like none of the Phoenix guys were on there. And I actually texted my manager when it was announced, and it was like 2 weeks out, and I hadn't been training. And I just took a little break after Dom. I was like, well, I'm always down to fight. If they need someone, call me up.
I'm already here and I'm available.
Exactly.
Save on that airfare, Dana.
Exactly.
Now, you talked about it yesterday when I was texting you. You're like, I got that big boy schedule now, man. How excited are you? You got to deal with the press conference and everything. How was that whole experience?
It was good. It doesn't really there's nothing else that I can do in the UFC really, except maybe like the embedded guys following me around. But media day, the live press conference, ceremonial weigh-ins, now kicking off the pay-per-view, all the things that you got to do, but until you actually do them, you're not sure how it's going to go. And
no, for sure.
My first press conference, I only got one question, but it seemed to be all right.
Yeah. ESPN's Mark Rinaldi threw a little slider on you guys. I was glad that someone actually, looked at you guys and asked questions. I was worried for a second until Mark got up there. I was like, okay, he's good at spreading them around.
Yeah. So I tried to make myself a little entertaining too. So give a little caca.
No, for sure. You know, I was at that Bellator press conference last week, and that was just bananas. The craziest thing is the reporter is the one that set it off. Like he asked it because they passed around the mic like they do at the UFC ones, and he
Uh-huh.
was like, "Hey, listen, do you want me to set them off?" And we were all like, "What the fuck's he talking about?" He was like, "Just give me the mic." And he asked, a very personal question, start talking about family. Definitely one thing you want to keep out of MMA, especially with cutting weight. You guys are already on edge, crazy stuff.
Right. I mean, look what happened with the Habib thing.
Oh, for sure,
We're
man.
not
Yeah.
playing around sometimes.
You don't play fighting.
No, definitely not.
Now, I know you're totally focused on this weight cut right now, but after you get done with your cut, before your fight, what are you going to get in your belly to, rejuvenate?
Man, I started with the basic like baby food and little PB&J sandwich, some hydration, but I like Thai food for lunch and pasta for dinner.
Do you have
Um,
any places picked out in Houston?
um, Not quite. That's actually I'm gonna probably do that tonight, tomorrow morning. I saw a couple places. The Thai food spot I got is close by. Um, the dinner I'm still working on.
That's a good thing about Houston. It's like a multicultural background. There's people from all over the world there. You could literally get any kind of food you want on any corner of the street.
Yeah, exactly. So you know, Phoenix does pretty good about that too. About any big city, man, you can find about whatever you want.
100%. So, anything new with you?
Man, not really. Just another fight week, trying to cash a bonus, get 3 checks, and go home, man. Same shit. I'm looking to get another one in this year, if not two more. So, looking to have a full 2021 as well. I took a little break after the Dom fight, but recharged, rejuvenated, ready to go.
Very well deserved break, I might add.
Yeah, exactly. I knocked off 8 fights in a year and 11 months. So it was time for a month or two of downtime, that's for sure.
It seemed like for a second there you were like there was like the 3 fight span where I thought I was seeing you like every 6 weeks.
Hey, dude, I told him a long time ago, I'll fight every month if you let me.
They might let you sometimes.
They might let me. As long as the checks keep going up, they keep cashing them. Let's do it.
Now let's get back to the fight a little bit. What do you feel like Song's gonna bring to this fight?
I think the same thing he brings every time. Come forward, swing big punches. He may mix it up a little bit, try to take me down, which people have tried in the past. People have succeeded, but we'll see. He's got to try first and see how it goes. But I see him walking forward, throwing punches.
Yeah, I don't think he has the wrestling to stand with you. It'd be interesting to see if he'd shoot. I think honestly, the only time he's going to shoot is after you rock him.
Right. And I plan on doing that. So we'll see who shoots first.
Definitely, I got my money on him. Even though you have that very strong wrestling background, I feel like you love to sling that leather.
Yeah, always, man.
So get some nice body kicks in there too. I know you're very good with that.
Yeah, plan on mixing it up a little bit. So Cruz, I didn't get to kick a knee as much as I was planning on, but should be back this one.
Excellent. I can't wait. Yeah, you're very good at hitting all 3 sections of the body.
Yeah, got to mix it up, man. Let them keep guessing.
It's important too because once they start, you're like, oh, okay, he's just gonna throw low kicks. Well, boop, come right up top. It throws everything
Exactly.
off.
Yeah, Alatang, he did a good job. I couldn't believe he got his hand up there at the end. That dude I was kicking the shit out of, like,
Dude.
give him that. I was ripping his body, and I'm like, this is the one that he doesn't put his arm up, and just barely he'd get it up. So we'll see if Song does the same thing.
And that was an interesting fight too. Everyone's like, "Oh, his leg's got to be broken," and then you were like running through the airport the next day.
I'll let you guys in on a little secret now. That's probably the worst my foot's ever been after a fight, though. I was
Yeah,
just so determined that I was fighting again on Fight Island. Like, I didn't kick pads in between. I couldn't kick anything. I couldn't barely touch my foot. And I kicked like these soft air mitts to warm up for the fight. I couldn't even kick Thai pads to warm up for the fight. Like both my hands were like, both my hands took about a year to get, almost a year. I guess we're not a full year, but like a half a year to get back to normal from that Alex Tang fight. And then obviously, you know, after the Wood fight, I was like, all right, dude, my whole body's tingling from like all the injuries from the last one came back. The first kick, I kicked him in the elbow right on that spot. But I was so determined that I was getting 2 fights in on Fight Island. Like, if my foot would have been broken off, I would have walked out there.
I feel like that makes even, that Nathaniel Wood performance even more impressive now that we hear about all this.
Yeah, that's why I wasn't moving as good. I stood there and threw down a little bit more, but my movement was really good, and my footwork was really good in the Alateng fight. I like to stand there and throw down, and he had better footwork than Alateng, and kind of got sucked into that. But that was one reason why I wasn't moving as hot.
No,
Didn't
for
kick
sure.
as much to the body.
Well, I definitely think Song Yadong has his hands full this Saturday. I don't want to take too much more of your time. I know you're busy cutting weight, and we do appreciate you, taking this interview for us. Before I let you go, though, I want to give you an opportunity to give a shout out to your teammates, sponsors, loved ones, anyone that's really helped you along your MMA journey.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Team Casey Kenney. At this point, everyone knows who they are. They know where I train. They know who my management is. They know who's supporting me. And if you're watching this, you're probably supporting me. So, shout out to Team Casey Kenney. We're just getting started.
100%, man. Where can the fans find you on social media if they have not already found you?
You can check me out on Twitter and Instagram at CKMMA135, and then just Casey Kenney on Facebook. Go over there, hit the follow button, nice and simple.
There you guys have it. The future 135-pound champion, Casey Kenney. Thanks again, man, for taking your time, and I can't wait to watch this fight on Saturday.
For sure, man. Always a pleasure. Can't wait to talk to you again.
No, for sure. We'll do it again. And before your next fight, keep this little tradition going.
Yeah, exactly, man.
All right, man. You have a good day.
All right, you too.